All right. Lesson 6.4 is on probability. Like the odds or the chance that something is going to happen. And I said earlier that meteorologists talk about this every single day. Putting in all of the factors of wind direction, jet stream, air masses. They put all those factors in and it tells them the chances that something's going to happen. The chances that it's going to snow today. The chances that it's going to rain tomorrow. The chances that the temperature will be this or the temperature will be that. The high and the low temperature. Those are all based on factors. And so we call that probability. The number of events that you want to happen over the total possible outcomes. Okay? Now, take out your notes, Crystal. Something as simple as the rolling of a dice is a way of demonstrating chance. There's 6 numbers on a dice, on one die. And so the chances of rolling one number are 1 out of 6. And we could write that as 1 out of 6. The chances of rolling a 5 are 1 out of 6. The percent of rolling a 5, because probability can be expressed as a percent, and so you could divide these two and then multiply by 100 to find the percent. Do you remember how to find percent? You've been finding percent for grades since the beginning of 6th grade. I showed you how to do that. Your score divided by the total times 100. The top number divided by the bottom number times 100. So the percent is always the probability of something happening if the total was 100. Now there's another term having to do with probability, and that word is complement. The complement is the chance that something won't happen. It's like the other chance. So if the chance of rolling a 5 is 1 out of 6, then the complement is 5 out of 6. The chance that you won't roll a 5. And that's an 83.3% chance. Carson?
Wait, is it always going to be times 100?
To find percent, it will. Yep. Anytime you're converting a number to a percent, you are multiplying it by 100. And then you have to write the percent sign after it, so that we know that you took the number, whatever number you're working with, and you multiplied it by 100. Okay? There's another term that you need to know. And that is favorable and unfavorable. Favorable refers to something that you want to happen. Okay? The event you want to happen. The percent chance that the Twins will win the World Series next year. There's a chance. Okay?
It's 0.000. It's cool.
Right.
0.000.
But the chance that the Patriots will win the Super Bowl will probably be they'll probably be favored. Yes. Yep. They'll probably be quiet, please. So favorable events are what you want to happen. Unfavorable events are what you don't want to happen. Okay? If you're playing a game of Yahtzee and you need to roll a 5 in order to complete your set, then your chances of rolling that 5 are 1 out of 6. That's your favorable event. The chance that you don't roll a 5 is 83%. That's the unfavorable event. Okay? Now,
Is it too
this relates to the next concept that you need to know. And that is writing a ratio. Rather than writing the total, writing a ratio of what you want to happen over what you don't want to happen.
We have to write that.
Okay, yes. Yep. Odds for, it's called, and odds against. When you're writing the odds of something, that word odds refers to not a probability or the percent chance, but rather the comparing two different events. Remember when we said we're writing a fraction of something, you're writing it out of the total. When you're finding the probability, you're writing the amount or whatever you want to happen out of the total possible outcomes. But if you're going to write it, or if you have to write a ratio of the odds for something happening, then you're writing a ratio of the chances that it will happen over the chances that it won't happen. The odds in favor over the chances that it would, the favorable chances over the unfavorable chances. So again, if you're rolling a dice, I've got one right here. And to write the odds for rolling a 5 is 1 chance over 5 chances. The odds for rolling a 5 is 1 5 and then 5 other numbers, which is why we didn't write 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 6, the probability, but rather the odds 1 to 5. And so if you add these two, you get the total amount, the total chances of all the possible outcomes. Okay? The odds against rolling a 5 would be 5 to 1. Sometimes you might hear that. The odds for something happening is 5 to 1 odds. You may have heard something like that. Given the odds for over the odds against, or the odds against over the odds for. All right? Let's look at a different example. Don't write this one down.
Oh.
Wow, you're right.
Okay. Let me give you this example. In your worksheet, here it is. Okay, on your worksheet, the first section asks you on the practice side. On the practice side, it gives you the word probability and asks you some questions about choosing a letter out of that. Okay? So, the probability of something, number one, in the word probability. And then it says, number one, the probability of letter B. Okay? This is what it's referring to. You read this, first of all, as the probability of letter B. Now, since we're finding probability, we're finding percent chance, you are listing the favorable events. There's 2 B's out of the total number of letters. So how many total letters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 letters. So the probability is out of 11, and there are 2 of them.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, what's the percent? Yes, list both. To find the percent, take 2 divided by 11 times 100.
Oh, I got it. 18.1.
Thank you. 18.1. And then make sure that you label that as percent. 18.1%.
If you round the number,
Okay?
Not number.
Skip to number 4.
What number?
The probability of not selecting a P.
what?
Well, there's one P.
Oh.
Number 4
10, 11. 10,
on the practice side.
10 chances out of 11?
Yep.
No.
Probability. The first P stands for the word probability. And then this is the event you want to happen. You do not want to select the letter P.
Yeah.
So how many other letters are there?
Oh.
10
Wait,
out of 11.
It says not be.
what number?
Right.
Not a number.
So wait, class, I can't listen to all of you at the same time. Raise your hand. What is your question, Carson? We counted them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Bro.
Yep, in the word probability, the chance of selecting a letter that is not a key. Alright? Now, go to number 5 because that one's different. That one refers to odds in favor and odds against. In this case, they list in the Erb family and the Smith family, what's the odds in favor of choosing a girl? It lists that there are 7 total girls. So the favorable is 7.
It's just that awkward.
What is the against? How many boys are there? 7.
Probably 50.
So you would write this as the odds of 1,
What number are we on?
1. Number 5.
So 50-50.
No, what? Okay, 50-50, or we would just say it's a 1-to-1 odds because there are 7 girls and 7 boys. Okay? So again, you write favorable over unfavorable when you're doing that. Okay? So for your assignment, do 1 through 10
On which side?
on the practice side. Do 1 through 10, and then 11 through 21 odds. Since we're talking about odds. 1 through 10 all, and 11 to 21 odds.